What's going on, guys? This is United WWE coming at you another video, and what an exciting time for the WWE universe. Everyone's always looking forward to this pay-per-view, guys. It's the Royal Rumble. It's finally here. Royal Rumble 2016, and what an exciting pay-per-view it's lining up to be. So many questions need to be answered at this pay-per-view. This is my predictions video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like. Any questions you may have, leave them down in the comment section below. I'm always happy to answer them. And yeah, let's get straight into it now, guys. The matches for this pay-per-view. So on the pre-show, it looks like we have Darren Young and Damien Sandow versus the Dudley Boys versus the Ascension versus Mark Henry and Jack Swagger. Now, my thoughts on this match. Absolutely pointless. It looks like it's a fatal four-way tag team match to qualify for the Royal Rumble. Hopefully the Dudley Boys win it. Can someone please explain to me why Darren Young is teaming up with Damien Sandow? What happened to Titus O'Neil? Did I miss something? I do not know what's going on there. But yeah, guys, hopefully the Dudley Boys win this match because I want to see them in the Royal Rumble. Moving on to the next match, we have the New Day, Big E, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods versus the Usos, Jimmy and Jay, for the tag team titles. Now, Jimmy and Jay, I think in the last couple of weeks, they're kind of coming out of their shells, which is good to see. Of course, the New Days have come out of their shell and they've gone running. They've took the ball and they've gone with it, which is great to see. They're always great to watch on Raw, really entertaining. And this is another opportunity, just like they did at TLC, for these guys to just go and steal the show. I'm sure they're going to be one of the first or second matches on the card. Just go get the fans warmed up, get the fans excited for this pay-per-view, and the tag teams usually do a good job of that. The New Day, of course, they're on a great roll at the moment. The Usos, as I said, they're kind of coming out of the shells a bit. I just can't see the New Day losing the tag team titles before WrestleMania, and I don't think Jimmy and Jay have really done anything in the last couple of weeks to really make the fans turn an eye, unlike the New Day, who have been in great segments with Chris Jericho and stuff like that. So I think the New Day will hang on to the titles until WrestleMania at least, so I'm going to go with the New Day in that one. Moving on, next we're going to be talking about Charlotte versus Becky Lynch for the Divas Championship. This is a match I'm actually really excited for, believe it or not. You guys know I'm not a massive fan of Divas wrestling, but I am a massive fan of Divas who can actually wrestle, and these two girls can definitely wrestle, and with someone like Ric Flair in Charlotte's corner, it's always going to be entertaining. These guys, or these girls I should say, apologies for that, have done an absolutely fantastic job in the last couple of weeks of building this feud. This one goes back a long way to when these guys, why do I keep saying guys? These girls were in NXT. Apologies for that once again. But yeah, these two can put on a great match, and they have a feud that has been put together properly, which is great to see the WWE actually giving some care and thought into a Divas feud. It was cool to see on Raw actually the way Ric Flair answered Becky Lynch's call out instead of Charlotte actually answering the call from Becky. So could that cause some conflict between Ric Flair and Charlotte? That would be interesting to see. Is Ric Flair calling the shots, or is Charlotte calling the shots? But Charlotte will have nowhere to run at the Royal Rumble, and I really hope, as an Irishman myself, I hope Becky Lynch can bring home the gold. So I'm going to go with, my heart says Becky Lynch. I really want Becky Lynch to win, but I think Charlotte will retain. This could be a bit too soon for Becky, so I'm going to go with Charlotte in this one. Moving on, in the next match, we have a singles match for the WWE United States Championship. We have Alberto Del Rio versus Kalisto, and I think this match is on the card for a reason. I think you guys may disagree with me with this one, but I'm just gonna go out on a limb here. I think this could be the segment in which AJ Styles debuts. Yep, I'm gonna just go fucking right for it. I think AJ Styles could debut during the segment and somehow go after Alberto Del Rio and his United States Championship, because I do not think it makes much sense. Of course, the speculation is going around that AJ Styles will be at the Royal Rumble. He will be at the Raw after the Royal Rumble and the SmackDown taping. So here's me thinking it wouldn't make sense really for him to debut in the Rumble and to get thrown out straight away, unless it was going to be like with someone that he could have a WrestleMania match with. Maybe someone throws him out of the Rumble match and then he build a feud from there. But I think if you're going to debut AJ Styles, it could be in this match. If Del Rio wins, maybe he's celebrating, AJ Styles comes out, takes him out, the fans go nuts. And you know, it's an interesting one, guys. So, of course, also the Dean Ambrose and Kevin Owens match, that could be another chance maybe for him to debut. I just think the Royal Rumble match itself could take away from the debut because, you know, as you know, in the Royal Rumble, you only have a little bit of time to make your way to the ring, and I think if AJ Styles was to debut, you know, you'd need a moment to kind of like soak it all in instead of just rushing down to the ring and stuff like that. So if he was to come out in one of these singles matches, I think this one maybe with Alberto Del Rio and Kalisto could be if Alberto retains, maybe he comes out and calls Alberto Del Rio out. But this match between Alberto Del Rio and Kalisto should be very interesting to say the least. They've actually put on really good matches on Raw and SmackDown in the last couple of weeks. Alberto Del Rio, of course, lost his championship to Kalisto on Raw 2 weeks ago, and then Kalisto went on to win it back on the next, or Kalisto lost his championship, I should say, on the next SmackDown taping, which I found a bit bizarre, just to give Kalisto the title and take it off him straight away. I never like when they do that. I remember one of the first times I seen the WWE do that, it was back in the Attitude Era when Stone Cold took the title straight off Kane after Kane beated him in a First Blood match the night before in a Hell in a Cell, and I was like, what the fuck, why do you even bother doing that? If you're going to give someone a title, at least give them 2 weeks or something. When it's not even tied into a storyline or anything, it's kind of pointless, you know. But yeah, guys, I think I'm going to go with Alberto Del Rio on this one, and I'm going to go out on a limb and say that AJ Styles could get involved in this United States Championship feud somehow, and maybe build a feud with Alberto Del Rio, which could lead to Cena coming back and maybe facing AJ Styles down the road for that United States Championship. That's just my guess, of course. As I said, he could come out in any match or any segment on the show, or else he could not come out at the Royal Rumble at all. He could wait until Raw the next night, something like that, but I think it would be a better option for AJ Styles to come out in a singles match and making more of an impact than to come out in the Rumble, because I don't think he'd actually win the Rumble, and I think he needs a big, a shocking moment maybe if he is to debut at the Royal Rumble. So yeah, guys, moving on to the next match, we are going with the last man standing match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Dean Ambrose versus Kevin Owens. This is a feud, another feud, just like Charlotte and Becky Lynch. They actually put a lot of work into this in the last couple of weeks. Fair play to WWE, because these are two real fan favourites, even though one of them is supposed to be a top heel. So many people just love Kevin Owens, and of course so many people love Dean Ambrose. So this is a match I think that should steal the show if they're given enough time. The Divas match also has the possibility of doing that. The tag team match has the possibility of doing that. Every single match on this card, apart from the Rumble match itself, has the possibility of really going out there and just stealing the show, which is, I like when they line up a pay-per-view like this. It's pretty positive. So yeah, Dean Ambrose has been champion for a while now, so can Kevin Owens get some payback? Will he get the Intercontinental Championship back? This is a tough one, guys, because of course WrestleMania is just around the corner. They could easily swap, the title could easily swap hands. But I think I'm going to go with Dean Ambrose on this one. The way the feud has been going, of course, they put each other through announcements tables. They've tagged each other backstage, just all over the place. These guys have really put a lot of effort into this feud, and I don't think it's going to end at the Royal Rumble. So maybe I think, there is a good show for Kevin Owens to win this match. But if the New Day are going to retain and Charlotte's going to retain, I think a babyface has to go over, and I'm going to go with Dean Ambrose on this one. I'm not actually sure if I gave her my prediction for Alberto Del Rio versus Kalisto, but I'm going to go with Alberto Del Rio on that one. And yeah, I'm going to go with Dean Ambrose. But hopefully Kevin Owens and Dean Ambrose can put on a great match, because both of them are well capable of doing it. And yeah, it should be a great match. Moving on to the main event of the evening. It's the one we've all been waiting for, guys. It's the 30-man Royal Rumble match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Shucky ducky, quack quack, as Booker T would say. My God almighty, as JR would say. I'm excited for this match. I really can't wait. Roman Reigns, of course, he's entering at number one. The authority are completely against Roman Reigns. They don't want him as a champion. They're throwing him in at the deep end. He'll have to go against 29 other superstars. Of course, will he even get the chance to go against 29 other superstars? Could he be eliminated early? Could there be a shock? There's so many things that could come into play at the Royal Rumble. We have to consider Vince McMahon, Stephanie McMahon, who else is after Roman Reigns? Of course, Brock Lesnar. But the one really important one that people might forget about is Triple H. Of course, Triple H was absolutely demolished by Roman Reigns at TLC only a month ago. So Triple H will be looking for Roman Reigns' head at this pay-per-view. You can guarantee you that. He'll be absolutely livid. He will want all the payback in the world. So will he screw Roman Reigns at this pay-per-view? Will we see some sort of heel turn along the way? Maybe Brock Lesnar joins forces with the Authority. Maybe Paul Heyman and Stephanie, when they're talking on Raw the last couple of weeks, maybe they have been discussing the possibility of screwing Roman Reigns at this Royal Rumble. You know, there's so many things to think about, so many returns, so many debuts we could see in the Royal Rumble match. We have to think about Daniel Bryan. Will we see Daniel Bryan? Will he get the clearance in time to be in the Royal Rumble match? Fingers crossed he does. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, AJ Styles rumoured to be debuting at the Royal Rumble. Will it be during a singles match, or will it be during the Rumble match itself? As I mentioned earlier, I hope it's during a singles match, because I think the actual Royal Rumble match itself could take away from his debut. It would be a shock, but I think, as I said, if he was to enter, I think it would be better for him to make it during a singles match so the fans will have a bit more time to react to it, to take it in. And if AJ was to come out and just get thrown out during the Rumble match itself, I think it would take a bit away from his credibility and his debut itself. Getting back to Roman Reigns, as I mentioned, there's a lot of people that will be after his head. Of course, 29 superstars will be after that World Heavyweight Championship, but there's a lot of people you can guarantee that will be after Roman Reigns, and that's the likes of Sheamus. Of course, Roman Reigns is the man that took his World Heavyweight Championship. The League of Nations, of course, all of them will be after Roman Reigns. He'll be a wanted man. You have the Authority, so you have Stephanie, you have Vince McMahon, and of course you have Triple H, the Game, the man that was brutally attacked at TLC by Roman Reigns after getting screwed over against Sheamus. So Triple H, you can guarantee Triple H will want, he'll want Roman Reigns' head on a plate. And of course we have the beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar. Now Brock Lesnar of course faced Roman Reigns last year at WrestleMania 31, and of course we saw Seth Rollins, I should say, cash in his money in the bank, and he took advantage of both men in that one. So both men are still pissed off after that one, and you can guarantee if the Authority get in the ear of Brock Lesnar, and they guarantee him that they can get him the World Heavyweight Championship again, I think Paul Heyman, Stephanie and Vince, they could strike up a deal, because as we know, Brock Lesnar, he's just there for the money. He's there for just to kick someone's ass. So I don't think he'll care really. He won't give it two thoughts if he's asked to go after Roman Reigns by the Authority. They could come together, and that could see Brock Lesnar cement himself as a heel. If he goes after Roman Reigns and he wants that World Heavyweight Championship, then the easy way to do it is to join the Authority, and I think he could do that at the Royal Rumble. It's just an idea, it's just a thought, but there's going to be plenty of people after Roman Reigns. It's definitely going to be hard for Roman Reigns to walk out of Royal Rumble in Orlando, Florida as WWE World Heavyweight Champion. But guys, I really can't wait for this pay-per-view. I'm finding it hard to even guess how the Rumble match itself is going to finish, because I know I could be so far off, but it's been very predictable in the last few years. Of course, Reigns won it last year, and the year before that we didn't get to see Daniel Bryan, so them two times the fans were just really, really pissed off. And this could will this be the year they finally give the fans what they want to see? But I'm not actually sure what the fans want to see at the moment. So guys, it's a really interesting Rumble, probably the biggest one in the last couple of years. The WWE World Heavyweight Championship is on the line. Let me know in the comment section below, guys, who do you think is going to walk out of Orlando, Florida as the World Heavyweight Champion? I really can't wait for this one, guys. I am going out for a WWE party for this one. I'm going into Dublin City. If you might see my previous videos before, after big pay-per-views, I usually go out for the big pay-per-views, and it's usually a great atmosphere. So guys, I'll be uploading reaction videos, stuff like that, so make sure to stay tuned for them, and I'll see you on the next video. Make sure you go and enjoy the Rumble, guys. It's usually one of the biggest pay-per-views of the year, and as I said, leave your comments in the comment section below. Peace.